La da da dee da da da.
What the fuck?
Don't ask me why that song. Why I start singing this.
Yo, that's wild, man. That's OC, man. Golly.
I have no idea why that song was in my mind, bro.
That's
Yeah.
OC. Wow.
I definitely don't know why that was in my mind. Yep. Sorry. It was just yeah, I don't even listen to that kind of music. I don't have no
I
idea.
I I
I
know you
have,
don't.
I have no idea why that popped into my head. Yeah. So
I'm just gonna let you rock out, fam.
well,
That's all.
it's a dance groove, so it's all right.
Rock out with you.
Yeah. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, it's Monday.
Yes, it is
It's
Monday for us, fresh off the
it,
Super Bowl and the long
I call
weekend.
it I call it the day after the holiday. To me, the Super Bowl is a holiday.
You know what? The funny thing is, bro, it actually feels like a holiday. I don't know why, but it feels like it's like such a big deal that it does feel holiday-ish.
I'm
Yeah.
for real. Like it's I like last night when I got home, it was like 11 o'clock,
Mhm.
and I was like, man, you know what? I really don't want to go to work tomorrow.
I
And
said that this morning when I woke up, bro. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not feeling work this morning. Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it at all. But I mean, it was. I had fun last night. Being drinking and talking crazy and just one thing about one thing about when you go to the Super Bowl, you go to somebody's house for a Super Bowl party. It's always some people there who have no idea about the game of football.
Uh-huh.
They just
Me.
here
That'd be
just
me.
for the
Yeah.
festivities.
Uh-huh.
No, Tish. Like players, and like what a
All the
touchdown
basics.
is.
All the
You know
basics.
what a
Yeah.
touchdown is. You
Yeah.
know what a field goal is.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm talking about it's mods who be there who don't know shit. I'm talking about they don't know like what a first down is,
Oh
what
my
a
gosh.
holding penalty is, like
Mhm.
2 minute one. They don't know nothing. So you always find yourself just looking
Yeah.
when they be asking questions. It's like, bro, you wait till the last game of the year.
Right. Try to figure it out.
Hey, fam, you need to figure this shit out back in August, fam.
Yeah, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What helped me for people that don't know much about football, what helped me learn about football and to get into football is I started on the fantasy leagues a long time ago.
Yeah,
It did like
yeah.
that forced you to watch the game every week and watch your players and learn about players. So that's how I ended up learning about footballs because I started with
hmm
football first. And then through that, then it was like, okay, you know,
That's just
it
funny.
started making sense. Yeah.
It's just funny just watching people like who they really don't have a clue. It's all right though. I don't hold it against them. It's just Then you got the women who come. They just come to eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They come to eat. They already know what's going on, and then they talking
Mhm.
while the game going on. So me and my homie, we just looking at each other like, man, what the like? Come on, man. Like, watch. If y'all want to talk, I know y'all really just want to watch the halftime performance. That's all y'all
Pretty
really want to watch.
much. Pretty
But
much. Yeah.
but go upstairs and talk. The guys down here watching, like we talking in between plays and
Yeah.
commercial break. We not talking when the actual game going on as a play. Man, I tell you, man,
Right.
it's always an event, the Super Bowl, man.
Right. But
But
anyway.
but go let me go ahead and introduce the pod. Everybody, we back. It's episode what, 61?
Yeah, 61, bro.
Episode 61. It's the Nate Newton episode. For y'all don't know, Nate Newton used to play for the Dallas Cowboys. He was a left guard. He was really good on those Super Bowl teams. And then Nate Newton decided to become Big Meech in so many words. But
Oh, okay. So he was about that
yeah,
powder life, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
Nate Newton decided that the NFL checks weren't coming in like they're supposed to, so he decided to take up another career. But anyway, that's episode 61. That's the significance of 61. That's all I can think of. It's the some of that podcast. Make sure you follow us, subscribe to the YouTube page. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify. Make sure you follow our IG page. Leave
Yes,
a
follow us
comment.
on IG.
Make sure you leave a comment. Please subscribe on all the platforms and leave a comment. It doesn't matter what you leave, just leave a comment. It helps us. And when you guys do see this pod, the video will be out in a couple days after we record this show. But right now I'm Coach Mo. We got Tise.
Yo,
Yeah,
yo,
y'all see Tise showing that shoulder, y'all. She's
give me a
showing
little
that shoulder.
shoulder, take it right back.
Listen, fellas, look, all my fellas. I'm talking
uh,
to my I'm talking to my homies that's not my friends.
oh
Okay,
my gosh.
listen, it's 2023. Letitia need a roster.
Oh, brother,
So if
don't do
y'all
that.
if y'all
Don't
want
do
to
that.
join if y'all want to join her team and y'all ain't
Mm-mm.
playing no games, y'all know what to do.
I
But
don't need a
fellas,
roster, bro. I just
fellas,
need
but
I just need one good one.
fellas, when y'all shoot at her on the and leave a comment on the page.
Don't do that. Don't do
Don't
that.
shoot at her in the DM. Shoot at her
Don't do
so
that.
you know what I
Don't do
mean.
that. Don't do that. See, you wrong, brother. Don't put me out there like that. Don't do that.
Hey, no, T's, I'm trying to help you out for 2023.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean I appreciate the help out, but I just need one good one. You know,
hey, as my
I
man
just I
said,
want one good one.
so as a woman thinketh, so shall he receive, or some whatever that line is,
Yeah, it's
whatever that
really
is,
not that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever that is. But you know,
You
we
got the
speaking it
Medea
into
version.
existence. Yeah, we speaking it into existence.
I can accept that. I'm gonna
Except
accept
that,
that. Yeah.
well, since it's it's early, we're gonna get right into this question. I'm gonna ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when everybody hear this podcast, Valentine's Day will have happened already.
Yeah.
So technically, Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about Valentine's Day? Since you've older now, you've gotten older now.
Um, I do now that I'm older, and I can't say even when I was younger. I mean, I do think that it's absolutely it's a Hallmark holiday, right? Like
Yep.
it's a money maker. It's a money making holiday, but um I'm not opposed to celebrating, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I've never been, and I'm not like a person that's like I don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to have a good time or to be appreciative of a gift and things like that. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's always good to be acknowledged. The funny thing is when guys be like, well, it's a money making holiday, and I give my lady stuff all year. If that's true for you, then kudos to you, hand claps to you or whatever. But I can guarantee you that even still, a extra little acknowledgement is not gonna hurt. So,
Okay.
I mean, I
Okay.
do think it's good to acknowledge your woman and your man all year long. But I guarantee you guys, fellas, if you're not into Valentine's Day and your girl is, even if she's not even really into that, I promise you that if gave her, you can give her a card, you can give her one rose. Like it's a thought. I guarantee you that would make her day. So
It
I don't
would.
think
It'll
it's,
make
I
a
don't
day.
think it's about the money. I just think it's about being acknowledged. And if it's vice versa, I mean, I don't think if you got a guy something, because guys are just different than us. Y'all accept gifts, but I don't think like it wouldn't be like what I'm saying, like it'll be for women, what I'm saying.
True.
So
True.
you
True.
know I think if you acknowledge your guy, that's fine. But I think if it's more so a girly holiday. That's just keeping it real. So I think if you just want your girl to be extra happy, just get a
That's
little
true.
or
That's
somebody
true.
that that's that you're dating on a serious level, then you might want to make sure you acknowledge them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
about you? I mean, you married, so what about you?
Hey, listen. This is a day that somebody decided to make some money off of. I always thought when I was younger, it probably meant a little bit more when I was younger
Mm-hmm.
because it was all that whole, in school, you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
make somebody your Valentine,
Get
especially in
them
grade school.
balloons and bears and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then when it was younger, you dating or whatever, and love and all that crap. Then you try to get get somebody something. But I just think it's to each his own. Like some people really really love Valentine's Day. They look forward to Valentine's Day. They go all out, and
Mhm.
that's cool. I don't think nothing wrong with it. But I mean, me being married, we got almost shoot, we got almost 18 years. It'll be 18 years this year. I mean, I've done a lot on Valentine's Day. Sometimes we just chilled on Valentine's Day. It just depends.
Mhm.
Um, I try to do more on like the birthday and
Yeah.
like the Mother's Day versus the Valentine's Day. I can care less if you give me something for Valentine's Day.
I think most
What?
guys are like that. Y'all not really I mean, I think guys like gifts. I think guys still like, being acknowledged too. But I think
Hmm.
in general, I think that I think guys are, y'all not that you don't appreciate it. I just think y'all just, most guys that I know is kind of like, thank you. If you unless we getting y'all a PS5 or
True that.
you
True
know,
that.
something like your Jordans or like you know, a retro jersey or something like that, then
Talk about it now, T. Talk
I
about
don't
it.
think nothing will really get y'all that excited, baby. I don't know.
T's preaching, y'all. Y'all hear that? She giving y'all ladies ideas, make these men happy. All right.
That is some ideas, ladies. You will never go wrong with a PS5 or even just a gift card to GameStop or Best Buy for him to get a game and stuff like that. You'll never go wrong with buying something that's sports related. If you
Ladies,
know that's your
ladies, you'll
guy,
never ever go wrong.
you'll
Never
never
ever.
go wrong. I
Never
promise
ever,
you,
ladies.
it'll
Never
it'll
ever.
that'll go over well.
He will, ladies, he will love you forever. You hear me,
Yeah,
ladies? Forever,
yeah.
forever.
Yeah, it
Now,
could be something simple. It could be something simple. You could buy him a t-shirt, favorite team on there. He probably wear that shit every time, often.
yeah, he probably
His
will wear it
team, it's his
often.
team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Especially if, like you said, if his favorite team, he gonna wear that mob.
yeah. I think I just happen to have over probably since as long as I can remember. I've always dated like sporty guys.
Hmm.
So guys that like were into sports. So I pretty much I really haven't had a hard time figuring like this because they easy. So
Tease, I don't know what you would do on Valentine's Day if you dated a guy that was into books, like to read. You
well,
would I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't know what
dumb
you would be
now.
able
You
to do.
making it seem like I don't read. Now I
No, no,
read.
no, no. I didn't say you don't read, but I'm just trying to figure out how would you Valentine's Day you gonna get my man about 4 or 5 books.
I mean, if that's his thing, you gotta. It's his thing. That's what he likes. So I'm not gonna. I think that sometimes where we can go wrong is when we buy gifts that we think that they like. It could be something that you need, you know what I'm saying, or that we
Mm-hmm.
think you need, but it ain't what you want, and so that's like a bomb. That's like a womp womp, like that's
Wah
not a.
wah.
I don't want no womp womp gift, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
get him what he want, like or something I know he likes, even though he may need some new draws. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna buy
yeah, yeah.
that for Valentine's Day. So, but we got a guest in here, bro.
Oh, we got a guest now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Bring him on in. So listen, I'm gonna let the people know real quick. I'm gonna let them know real quick. So all right, this is one of the homies, one of the homies. All right, he made a Facebook post last week because he was so fired up about the NBA trade deadline. So he made a Facebook post. He said he wanted to jump on somebody's podcast to get his thoughts on. So I thank the good people on Facebook for tagging me and letting me know, jump on TJ's posts and let them know we got a pod. So, but this is my homie, man. He a hooper too. He a former pro. So it ain't like he just coming on here giving some like unsolicited, unthoughtful opinions about basketball. He actually know what he talking about.
We want to see
And
the stats. I want to see the stats. I hear
oh,
you
he'll
saying
show you
that.
the stats. He'll show you the stats, whatever
I'm
you want
just
to see.
joking. I'm just joking.
And low key, people don't know he coaching high school basketball right now too.
Yep.
So he doing some things out here. So this is my homie, man. TJ, what's happening, bro?
Appreciate you, man. Pretty good, man. Pretty good, dude. It was last week was I was stressed, man. I was stressed. This basketball stuff got me. in my feelings, man, is with coaching and watching the NBA, watching college basketball, all that stuff, man. It's overwhelming, man. I feel like somebody got to talk some sense into these kids, man.
Yeah. You're right, TJ. You're right, bro. You're right.
So, you're at are you guys in the state tournament by chance?
Yeah, we are. We play next Wednesday. That's our first game next Wednesday.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we got our game Saturday at North Chicago.
Where do you coach, TJ?
Sin High School.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
What level?
Varsity.
Varsity.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got two coaches on the line today.
Yep.
It's Black History. Yeah, Black History again.
So TJ, so just real quick, man, how was that first year with seeing coaching varsity like that?
Man, so it started off really rough, man, because they don't have fundamentals at all. It's like starting kids at like the middle school level in terms of implementing fundamentals for them. So that was a challenge, so their program, they've had new coaches for the last 2 or 3 years, I believe. So
Okay.
kids that are at the varsity level don't have a consistent program that
Okay.
they've been in since they've been in high school, and it shows. It looked like open gym to start the season, but as the season went on, we developed an identity. We hung our hat on defense. Defensively, we can play positionless basketball, which is a plus. And being able to switch everything, we found a little niche with our 3-2 zone and a matchup 2-3 zone that really kept us in game. So even when we couldn't score buckets, man, because we can't hit open jump shots, save our life. We cannot make open jump shots, dude. It is like you would be mind blown to watch us play. We had a game where we missed 25 free throws. We had 20 plus turnovers, and we only lost by 4.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. So just to give you, but as I said, we've developed an identity here towards the end of the season. We're playing our best basketball right now. So I'm looking forward to not just the experience of the state tournament, but also the off season, man, being able to develop them and give them a program where they need. All right, this is what you need to work on this summer, because we're looking at a lot of juniors, and our JV team is really good.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So who do you guys open up with next week?
North Chicago.
North Chicago. Where at?
At North Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, and if we win that, then we play, I believe, out of Lake Forest on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all got that regional and then the sectional. So when I was at Gordon Tech, we used to be in that regional and sectional. So I know I'm very familiar with those teams way up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And North Chicago used to be really good back in the day.
Yeah, they're trash now.
I know.
So
So they used to
that'll
be
be
dope, man. They used to be really good. So
yeah. Did I lose? Hello?
Moses, you still there? I think we lost him for a second.
Yeah.
He'll be back in a minute. I saw your post too, and I told Moses, I said, well, y'all should talk on the show.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
We got you back, bro.
So TJ, let's just get right into the you tell me where you want to start with the NBA trade. You tell me which trade you want to start with, man.
We can start with the big one. We could start with let's start with Kyrie.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So the Kyrie trade, like, first of all, people owe James Harden an apology. He was right. He was right. What he said yesterday, he was right for one. Now he saw what was coming. With Kyrie, with the vaccination stuff and everything like that. Again, nobody, like Stephen A. said, nobody fault the man for his choice, but it was just, from the start, that it just looked dysfunctional, and you can't fault him for wanting out. But Kyrie going to Dallas, man, Dallas is going to be tough, because for what they lack in defense, they can make up for offensively. I'm going to be interested to see down the stretch of games, because Luka's so ball dominant, what that's going to look like for Kyrie. like Kyrie just as a spot up shooter. I feel like, it worked better when he was with LeBron because LeBron was the elder statesman. He was
Yeah.
coming home. So it was easy for Kyrie to kind of take a back seat to LeBron. Whereas
Yeah.
now, as Kyrie's gotten older, more seasoned, I think Kyrie is going to want that ball a little more. And I think that's where they kind of butt heads. But if any coach can make it work, Jason Kidd is the perfect coach for them.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do like Jason Kidd being the head coach with that dynamic. Here's my question about that trade. Is that trade for the remaining 3 months of the season, or is this going to be something long term where Kyrie decides to sign with the Mavs for 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. Excuse me. I can see Kyrie going to LA. Be one and done. That's what it looks like it's kind of setting up for. The question is, though, does Kyrie want to be a part of that whole LeBron thing again?
Aren't they cool?
Yeah, they cool, but Kyrie is a wild card. You cannot. He's unpredictable. You don't know what way he's gonna go. So it's he could leave there and go to Houston or some crazy stuff. I ain't no telling. I ain't no telling with Kyrie. Something tells me whoever gonna be able to throw him the most money is where Kyrie gonna go.
I agree. I think he's looking for a long-term deal, and I think he's looking for a bag and some security.
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to get 4 years from anybody, but I could be wrong, but we'll see. I'm sure that contract is going to be heavy, incentivized with a lot of stipulations. Because like you said, first of all, I'm a Kyrie fan. I love Kyrie. He does do some things sometimes that when you a basketball guy or somebody's been on a basketball team, you like, damn, Kyrie, like, do your teammates matter? I understand you want to get your bag. I understand how you feel, but you are leaving us out here too.
Yeah.
That we got to answer these questions about you every day. We trying to win a championship. That was the goal, and then now you don't want to be here anymore. And now this is going on. So that's a lot of times where with Kyrie, he perplexes me. But when he get on the court, man, and when he actually hoop,
right,
it ain't too many dudes better than him in the NBA, man, in terms of skill.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. That's the biggest question I have is like, what does that mean for him and Kevin Durant's relationship? KD just so easygoing. Like, he gotta have a little bit of sour taste in his mouth after Kyrie was like, oh, I'm not gonna leave my man KD out to dry. Like, what if Brooklyn didn't find a partner for KD to get sent to? And he's just stuck there with Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you left the job, low key, but KD is not gonna ruffle those feathers, but then he would kind of take shots at Russ after he left OKC, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, man. I don't understand what kind of hold Kyrie has over him versus the Russell Westbrook, because it seemed like him and Russ were like a genuinely authentic, they had a chemistry, whereas Kyrie is more of a leader and he has that hardware to back it up. And I think KD kind of respects that. It was like, Kyrie will kind of take the heat off me because I want to kind of be in the background type situation. Whereas Russ is a little socially awkward.
Yeah, that's true. He is a little weird. So that trade, I do say, just to wrap that trade up, I do think that Dallas can really make some noise with those two. Had their A game in the playoffs. I can see them getting to the Western semis and maybe getting to the Western finals. Just depends on the matchups. But again, my only concern is, when you're playing with Luka, he likes to dominate the ball. And then also, if you watch Luka play, when he does give the ball up, sometimes it's late in the shot clock, and those guys just have to catch and shoot.
Yep.
So, like you said, Kyrie probably will have to get used to it because it's a different dynamic when you play with Bron.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I can see them. I mean, I got to see them on the court together first before I could see Western Conference Finals, but the West is so stacked, man. It's no telling. It's a gauntlet. Yeah,
it is. Now, the other big trade, the trade that, let's just talk about this, the trade that everybody who went to bed that night woke up in the middle of the night, early in the morning, and saw that Kevin Durant was a Brooklyn Net, and then 8 hours later, he was traded to the Phoenix Suns.
Right.
So now that trade, to me, I believe that trade really shifted the balance of power with like instantly, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because healthy KD on a team like that, a well-coached team like that with some good players, to me makes them. I'm not gonna say the favorite in the West, but it makes them an instant contender to win the West,
Mm-hmm.
and potentially. And I love the Bucks. I'm still picking the Bucks to win the title, but I think there'll be a problem if they saw the Bucks again in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, you got anytime you put Kevin Durant with one All Star, let alone two All Stars, they automatically are in the conversation for the title. My
Yeah.
concern with them is depth. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
as people kind of alluded to in some of the social circles, is they'll bolster their roster through the buyout market, right? And I see
Yep.
Terrence Ross is gonna go there. But they
He's a
need
good fit.
wing defenders, yeah. But they need wing defenders, and in this
Mm-hmm.
day and age in the NBA, man, you gotta have elite wing defense in order to compete for
Mm-hmm.
championships. And you don't want those elite wing defenders to be your primary scorers. You know,
Yeah.
you got Torrey Craig, who's an exceptional defender, right? He's versatile, but you
Yep.
traded away. You would have wanted to keep Mikal Bridges because he's going to be that guy that's going to guard the other team's best player, who's going to be on the wing. Now,
True.
who's going to do that? If Torrey Craig gets in foul trouble, what you going to do? Put Landry Shamet out there? Terrence Ross don't really play defense
Right.
like that. So I'm concerned about their depth right now. I personally
Mm-hmm.
think they're a year away, but um, they're going to be in every ball game. I just think that given the injury history of excuse me of KD, CP3, and Devin
Mm-hmm.
Booker, and then you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a bench right now. That's a lot of strain you putting on those three guys that have not been healthy over the past 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of strain you're putting on them. A lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
let me ask you this though. What about DeAndre Ayton playing with Kevin Durant?
that's gonna be interesting because I mean, has KD ever really? I mean, Serge maybe, but KD ain't never really played with no elite big like that. So that's gonna be
No.
interesting. But Aiden sets good screens, so it's gonna free KD up to get to his sweet spots. Um, and he's a willing passer. He's a good passer out of pick and roll. He makes the right reads almost
Mm-hmm.
all the time. You know what I mean? Um, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, he's gonna have to. I mean, if Aiden wasn't happy before KD got there, he really ain't gonna be happy now because them touches are way down.
Yeah. Because
So
Devin Booker gonna get his 20 shots, right?
yeah, Devin Booker gonna get his 20. Bless you. KD gonna KD only need 15 shots, honestly.
He's efficient like that. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
CP3 I just. So here's my question though. Aside from how they get their shots, so they're a half court team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll walk it up and grind you out, pin downs off both sides, the type of situation. I don't know. They're gonna have some growing pains, man. It's not gonna be as
Yeah.
seamless as I think people think it is. I mean,
Yeah.
with the lack of depth, the injury history, and then just trying to implement KD. KD gonna get his. Devin Booker's gonna get his. Who's gonna try to defer too much? Chris Paul gotta facilitate, and these guys really don't need a facilitator. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be real
I
interesting.
I I think if they can get somebody in a buyout, I mean, I don't know who's all left. Like you said, the really good wing defenders are playing with somebody already.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know how much is left on the buyout market. I mean, what's the name? Danny Green. He ain't got nothing left. He's coming off of what Achilles or knee,
Yeah.
whatever it was. So I
Yep.
don't think he ain't got nothing left to provide like that. Pat Beverly, do you look at him?
Danny Green went to Cleveland.
Oh, he went to Cleveland. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a good spot with a young team. He may get some playoff minutes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He's boo boo stew.
Right. So I don't see where they can get that wing help from. And then in a playoff series, when you look at who they got to go through, um, You got to go through Denver, right? You got to
Yeah,
go through Denver.
yeah,
You're gonna have to go through. People can say what they want. You're gonna have to maybe go through the Warriors, and who knows? The Warriors get healthy at the
yeah,
right time. You never know what they're gonna do, and you still got to go through Grizzlies. People don't like Memphis, but you
yeah.
may have to go through Memphis. You just
Yeah.
may have to.
Man, it's stacked out west. I mean, you still haven't mentioned the Clippers. You still ain't talked
Nope.
about who else is it? Yeah, the Grizzlies. Yeah, like dude,
Yep.
the West is tough, man.
It's tough.
It's real tough.
It's
And
tough, man.
the Clippers got more wings than anybody in the league. Maybe they can get
In
rid
the
of one of them.
league,
Yeah,
they
they got
they
team
got a
full of
lot of
wings.
wins. Yep.
Yeah.
You see they talking about starting Terrence Mann at the point.
See, and that's gonna be their downfall. I think that at the end of the day, they need somebody. If anybody, I would have Paul George on the point. Honestly, that would be me. I don't trust Terrence Mann's decision making. Um, but you need somebody to kind of order them. They would talk about Russ potentially signing there. I just don't think it's a good fit
Mm-hmm.
for Russ. I mean, there's no place is really a good fit for Russ, honestly, right now. I just think that
Why you say that?
I just think that Russ is in a place like first of all, he's turnover prone. He's a turnover machine. And I like Russ. And I personally would welcome him in here in Chicago, even though he's not a good fit here. I
Mhm.
know Russ is gonna give us a hard effort every night, and that's what this team is missing. Is
Yeah.
a dog,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
But you can't really shoot. You make poor decisions with the ball, and you're not a good defender.
Yeah.
And really look at Russ physically, he should be one of the best defenders in the league.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't know why that's never really clicked. And I think I don't want to say he has a low basketball IQ, but a lot of it is just he goes brain dead. So his controller died.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's a
So
perfect description. Perfect.
yeah. So I just don't know. But I like the Bones Highland pickup for the Clippers, but he's not a point
Oh
guard.
yeah. He's not a point guard. Not a point
I
guard.
don't get it, man. I really don't
Yeah.
understand how they really feel like they're gonna make. And I like Mason Plumlee, the pickup. He's a really good
Mm-hmm.
passer. I,
Mm-hmm.
like, man, what are y'all thinking? I don't understand it, man.
It
But
was, it was a lot of movement last week. There was a few like under the radar trades that won't get a lot of talk about. But one of the trades that I really like was what Milwaukee did by getting Jay Crowder.
yeah, yep, yeah. Jay Crowder, he's the perfect fit for them.
Yep.
You mentioned Milwaukee is your favorite, your front runner for making it to the finals out the East. And my
Mm-hmm.
whole thing is it's all contingent on what Middleton can give you, man. Middleton has
Mm-hmm.
injured and not looking like himself. And as great as Giannis is, you gotta have Middleton to finish those games off. You know,
Yeah. Yep.
he's got to be your closer. And Drew Holiday has played great this year, but
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
have to close them games, man. Have to. So
And I like you're right, and I like how they're using him. They're bringing him off the bench as a 6 man. They're letting him work himself back into game shape,
mhm,
playing and getting some tick. But you like you said, Middleton is the closer, which is why I like that dynamic because Giannis gonna beat you to hell for like 3.5, 4 quarters, right?
yep,
Then in the last 3 minutes, 2 minutes, you got Middleton. He getting to the free throw line. He making mid range jumpers.
yep.
And when the game on the line, he can give him the ball because he can create his own shot.
Yeah, he's getting to a spot. He knows where his
Yeah.
spots are on the floor, and that's what you gotta have in order to close games. I like Joe Ingles. He hasn't
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't really hit his stride yet, but I think once he gets into the groove of things, he's gonna be big for them. I think the Mike Muscala trade for Boston was huge. I think Boston is really tough to beat, man. Boston just looked like a team on a mission. I think Jason Tatum is not getting the MVP consideration that he should be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though they won the last couple games without Jalen Brown and Tatum didn't have the big scoring numbers, he's accepting the double team and he's passing the ball, which is
Yeah.
creating odds for his
Yeah.
teammates.
Yeah.
And I think that's so undervalued in today's game that rather than force like, oh wow, he ain't getting 30, he ain't getting 30. Jason Tatum is all right. Look, this is what the defense is giving us. I'll willingly give the ball up because we got a mismatch. We 4-on-3 over there now.
Yep. Yep.
And They got some smart basketball players. You got Brogdon out there, who's super intelligent. Derek White, super intelligent. You know, Michael Scala. They had great value. Gordon Hayward out there yesterday.
Yeah.
Boston's gonna be tough, man. Boston's gonna be
Yeah,
tough, and they
gonna be
play
tough.
defense, and they got the guys that match up against the other elite teams in the East. So Al Horford is notorious for taking Joel Embiid out of his game. He's notorious for not allowing Giannis to get to them launching spots inside the paint and Euro and getting to the line. So, and then you got Robert Williams. Man, they are going to be a hell of a team to try to beat 4 times.
And they well coached.
Yeah, yeah.
And Marcus Smart is out. He's hurt. He's not even back yet.
I know.
And just wait till he gets back.
Yeah. So they said Reggie Jackson. I read that he's signing in Denver.
Wow.
Denver stocked, dude.
Wow.
Denver is stocked and loaded.
That's a nice piece for them, man.
Yeah, because
That's
they
a
make
nice
sense
piece.
losing Morris to Washington,
Yes.
and he was big for them off the bench to kind of give them some insurance for Jamal Murray. I got to see Murray take that, just like Milwaukee with Middleton. I need to see Murray hit his stride offensively before I'm completely sold on Denver.
Before you buying in on him too?
Yeah, because they got to have that closer, and you can't really count on Michael Porter Jr. like that yet. Aaron Gordon, as good as he's been this year, he's your wing defender. He's your elite wing defender. He's gonna do your Swiss Army knife stuff. You got to have that closer, and it's got to be Murray, and he's had some really up and down games. He's been inconsistent this year.
So we talked about Denver, we talked about Boston, we talked about Milwaukee, we talked about the Suns. What do you think about the Lakers pieces that they picked up with Beasley and what's the guy named Vanderbilt?
And Russell. So Malik Beasley, for me, I think is the prize of what all they were able to get. I think D'Lo it's a lateral move, really. He's not going to give them, like Russ was able to facilitate offense, get you 15 points a night, get you 7 rebounds, get you 8 assists off the bench, right? D'Lo, defensively, he's worse than Russ. IQ is a little lower than Russ's, and he shoot more. You know, he's going to take ill-advised shots. So, it's going to be interesting. I think that the Lakers, they got better for sure, but they didn't get much better. They're not a contender. They're not in the conversation. You know, they're going to be fighting on that bottom half to get into the play-in. And ultimately, I think teams like the Pelicans, who's struggling right now.
Struggling.
Portland. Those teams are better than them, you know, and that's just what it is. And you know, I'm reading, man, that foot injury LeBron has is going to keep him out for quite some time.
So I saw that, and I'm the type, you never know with LeBron because you know his camp puts out what they want to put out, and you know, but I don't know what to believe, but I did see that it's been lingering. This is something they're saying he's going to deal with all year.
Yeah.
So my guess is this, because I've seen this happen. If there's no chance for them to make in the play-in game, no matter what happens, I think they may sit him.
Yeah.
Or he may decide to sit.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Them dogs was barking in the fourth quarter when he broke that record, boy. You see, he broke that. He finished the game.
No, he didn't want to finish the game, and then you see he's been out. He didn't play. He didn't play at all last week. He didn't play any games last week.
Yeah.
You know, he was at the Super Bowl yesterday, but he was there, but he didn't play no games. But I think I think the Lakers make the play in as long as if he's healthy and as long as AD can play at least 25% of the remaining games. But again, when you look at who's there, when you look at who's above them, I know OKC is young, but what they have young, really, really good players.
And everybody knows their role and accept their role.
And against a team like the Lakers, that's poison because they got like 3 or 4 guys who can drive the ball to the basket. Then they got guys who can shoot without moving without the ball. SGA, he don't even need to shoot threes.
No,
That's how efficient he is, man. I've
that boy,
never seen. I love his game, man.
yeah, yeah. It's no wasted movement. It's no
None,
flash. It's I'm getting
none.
buck. I'm getting to my spots and I'm getting buckets. And nobody. He's so strong
Yep.
and good with the basketball. You can't stop him from getting to his spots. It's refreshing, honestly, in a league. This season has been terrible, in my opinion, man. But
I haven't liked it either. I haven't liked it either.
yeah, like like Charles Barkley said, man, it's just a 3-point shooting contest.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, bad shots, good shots. Well, let's just shoot more threes. And probably the part of the reason why the Bulls are struggling because Billy Donovan's so old school that he has not embraced. Like when the Bulls were hitting their groove, it was because Zach LaVine was jacking threes because he's
Yeah.
your 3-point shooter. Zach
Yeah.
LaVine has to shoot 10 threes a game. That
Yeah.
is the formula for them to win, and they haven't
Mhm.
figured that out.
Mhm.
If
You're
Zach
right.
shoots 2
You're
threes,
right.
he's going to make 4.
But they don't
So
want to play like that. They don't want to
yeah,
play like that.
Billy's not the coach for this team, man. A lot of people talk about, oh man, we should move Zach, and this is DeMar's thing. Well, first of all, you'd be crazy to trade away Zach at his age and build around 34-year-old DeMar DeRozan. I forgot how old he is, but DeMar,
34.
yeah, DeMar is old. Like you can't build around DeMar at this point. He's going to
Mhm.
start declining very soon.
Mhm.
And right now he's dealing with a hip injury, which is the reason why he hasn't been getting to his spots and scoring at the same clip. But then people also forget what happens to DeMar in the playoffs is they put a bigger defender on him and eliminate his mid range because
True.
they're like, all right, he's not quick enough to go around us off the dribble. Like, yeah, he's crafty with the ball. We'll live with DeMar DeRozan shooting contested jump shots over our long,
Mhm.
Mobley type big.
Facts.
So
So with the Bulls, okay, with the Zach thing, I disagree. I didn't want the Bulls to trade him. I think trading him would have been bad.
yeah,
Trading him sends a bad message. You sign a guy to a $215 million extension, and then 6 months later you trade him. I think that would have been a bad look around the league to other teams, to other players, other agents, and I don't think the Bulls want to go through that again because they finally got out of that
hmm
whole black cloud that they were under.
yep.
Um, I like DeRozan, but he's 34. We can't fake that. He's 34. You can't rebuild around a 34-year-old guy. Um, if they were going to make a move, they should have made a move with Vooch because here's why. I think they would have got more for Vooch last week.
hmm
I don't know if they're going to get. I don't know if they're going to get as much for him in July. I don't.
Well, he's a free agent.
Right, but you know what I mean by nobody's nobody's going to do a sign and trade for him where you can get him for free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my thing was letting them. If they let him walk, they're not going to get nothing for him. And I wanted them to get something for him because
Yeah.
he's a big. He's a big that has skill,
hmm
and they would have been able to maybe get a draft pick or maybe get another guy, a wing, or you know what I mean, another player.
So here's my unpopular opinion / hot take. Vooch is the Bulls' best player.
Okay.
So, but you got to put him in the post. If you got Vooch out there, they got Vooch taking the threes Zach should be taking. Vooch
Yeah.
is the one shooting
Yeah.
the 10 threes a night, and we don't want that. You put Vooch on the block, Vooch is walking double double. You
Yeah.
know, and if you're gonna play that old school way like Billy want to play, then why is that not the point of emphasis? Is to get Vooch in the point in the post.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that among the Lonzo Ball injury, uh,
Mhm.
and having to start Io and P. Will, like
Mhm.
you can look at the playoff teams around in both conferences, and none of them have two guys that are starting that are not getting you at least 15 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Io don't know when he want to shoot, when he want to drive. Like he's
Yeah.
reluctant to shoot. P. Will don't know when to shoot. He's not an aggressive driver. With all athletic gifts and physical gifts that he has, he just can't put it together. It seems.
Mhm.
Um, Kobe has played much better. Caruso has declined drastically.
Drastically.
That dude that fell out. just foul. He get in foul trouble again. He foul. He got more fouls than Andre Drummond. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you have to have at least 4 guys on the court at all times in this NBA as offensive threats to go for 40. And we don't have that. You know, we got Vooch, we got the big 3, and then it's inconsistent with the other guys what you're gonna get. You know, so
and that leads to not winning a playoff series, right?
Yeah. And you know, the problem is, you know, if P. Will and Io were energy guys, they're not even giving you energy. You know, that's why Javante starts over P. Will when he's healthy, because he's going to give you energy and effort every night, no matter what. If the shot's off, you're getting hustle. You don't get that same. You forget P. Will is out there. You know, Io is. You know, he'll have some moments during the game like, okay, good play, Io. But Io's not a starting point guard in the NBA. I'm sorry, and I went to Morgan Park. It's me to say that, but that's what he is.
That's just the honest to God truth. He's just not a starting PG.
He's a second string point guard. Come in the game, give you some energy, make some hustle plays, frustrate the guys defensively, and then go sit your ass down. Good job, man. Smack him on the butt. Right here. You know, watch the rest of this game. You know.
So
but
let me ask you before we let you go, because I gotta get your predictions on this.
Okay.
So in the East, give me your Eastern Conference winner and who did they beat? And in the West, give me your Western Conference final, the winner, and who did they beat?
Okay. Whew. I'm going to start in the East because y'all know who I'm going Boston. It's going to be Boston, Milwaukee.
Okay.
It's going to go 7.
Okay.
It's going to go 7. And I got Boston coming out the East. Out West, I'm going to go. Oh, man. I got to go Dallas and Phoenix, man.
Ooh, okay.
I got to go Dallas and Phoenix, and I got Phoenix.
Phoenix, you going Phoenix?
No. I'm going Dallas.
Okay,
I'm going
Dallas. Okay.
Dallas
They take you back to final answer.
So I got Dallas, Boston in the finals, and I got Boston winning it all.
In how many games?
Boston in 5.
Woo!
Big. That's a big prediction.
Man.
They're gonna have Luka in hell though. You got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Brogdon. You got too many people you could throw at Luka.
Yeah, you can even throw Williams at him, right?
Yeah. Kyrie gonna hate Boston, and then you know they're gonna have to be all in Kyrie head.
Yeah, you already know.
But I reserve the right to change.
You got a little time. We'll bring you back and you can change it.
Yeah, when you come back on here, you can change it. Yeah, we definitely have you back. You can change that pick.
No, man, I appreciate it, man. This was fun, man.
Appreciate it, TJ. Hey, thanks for coming on, man. Hey, man. And again, man, anytime you got some NBA stuff or something you want to get off, man, you know, we'll bring you on here, man. Yeah. Let you get it off, you know. And next time we're gonna have you on here. We're gonna have you on here with somebody else because we're gonna turn it into a little debate, man. Yeah. We're gonna have a nice little honest conversation about NBA basketball.
I love it. Well, man,
yeah, for sure.
Next week.
Good luck to y'all, man.
See ya. Thank you.
All right, bro.
Care,
thanks.
Bye.
Yo.
We bike.
We bike. So that was a nice little interesting NBA conversation. You know, people, what we're trying to say is if you guys got things y'all want to get off y'all chest, come on the pod. It could be sports, it could be women, it could be men, it could be whatever. Y'all can come on this platform, y'all can get y'all stuff off, and we can have conversations about it. Just let us know. That's what we're here for. We people trying to help people. All right, that's what we're trying to do.
Y'all excuse me, I'm trying to get my light situation.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking like light skinned Michael Jackson right now. So I'm trying to get my light back together. So
Hey, light skinned Micah.
light skinned Michael Jackson. So that was a good talk. I have not. I've been so bro. I told you I fell off on sports the last
Hmm.
couple years. So it's always good to hear the conversations of when I do finally catch up because it's a shame. Like I really don't get back into it towards till the end of the year, and
Yeah.
then just headed to the playoffs, and then I'm like, now I'm watching the games every day.
Hey,
But
your ass be all in on the playoffs too.
yeah,
You
when
be
the
all
playoffs,
in.
then it's like okay, it's interesting. But I used
Yep.
to watch like just random games just every day because it was on. But
Yeah.
yeah, I fell off. But I'm gonna get back on track so I can you know be a part of the conversation. But no, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta bring TJ back, and we gotta bring him
We
back with
definitely.
some of our other
We
buddies that we
definitely.
know go have strong opinions.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We gotta bring
I'm.
him in the studio, bro. We gotta bring him in
I,
the
I
studio.
I just want to moderate that because it's gonna
Oh
be.
yeah,
I just.
I already
Oh
knew.
man,
We already know
it's
those
gonna be
two.
hella
I already
fun,
know who
man.
you talking about,
You
and
already know. You already know.
yeah, we gotta set that up before the
we got to.
Well, we're
We have
supposed to
to.
bring them back anyway
Yeah, maybe we'll do
from
it
the
after All
beginning.
Star break.
Yeah, after
We'll do
All
it after
Star
All Star
break.
break.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
do
maybe we'll do it then.
the second half check in, and yeah, in
Hmm.
the studio. We'll bring them all in there.
So, just we get back into the pod. We had some sad news. Rest in peace to Trugoy the Dove of De La Soul.
Yeah.
Um, Trugoy. Hey, all I know is this. I got on De La Soul when I was real young because of my
Mhm.
cousin. He used to play De La Soul records all the time. He had the little tapes and he would play it around the crib. Um, that one joint, the infamous joint, me, myself, and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't gonna forget that. I heard that so much growing up. That was
Mhm.
short every day.
Mhm.
De La Soul is one of them like true
Yeah.
hip hop groups, man. And
Mhm.
late '80s, early
Yeah.
'90s. That was the group, and
I remember them
just get
always being on Rap City. Like as far as
always on Rap City,
of the
always.
videos, yeah. Like I was younger, so they was a little bit, older than they was a lot older than me then. But I
Hmm.
remember one of my cousins, one of my guy cousins, he's always watch after school. He would always watch Rap City, and he had like De La Soul, like posters on his wall and stuff like that. So that's how
Yep,
I really found out
yep.
about them. And yeah, they definitely were um I guess what you can call like true hip hop, or
True hip hop.
they had that true hip hop feel. I feel like a lot of people too, bro. Honestly, a lot of people to me, I feel like a lot of people model their style as far
Off
as
De
just
La.
kids, yeah. As far as like when we were in grammar school or high school, and it was a certain like hip hop look, like people who were like what you call them hip hop heads. I felt
Hmm.
like they kind of like dressed like De La Soul,
True
like they
that.
they,
I
they
give you
would,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
I give you that. And another thing I was thinking about, like, we getting older because now all the guys that we grew up with are passing away.
yeah.
It's
They
like
still
it's just
young though, bro.
I know, but then when they be telling their age when they pass away, I'd be like, well, damn. When I was listening to them, how old was they then? Like, was
Right.
they were super young,
Yeah, they was probably like 18, 20 and stuff. 18,
right?
19,
So
20. Yeah.
it's just this is these the guys we grew up on hip hop now. Like, this is why I want them to get their flowers now.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want them to wait till they people be saying R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? Like, give them their flowers now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
with Tribe Called Quest, I'm glad they did that documentary some years ago.
Yeah.
Like Tribe is one of the greatest groups ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of the greatest groups ever.
Yeah.
Five Dog passed away some years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well,
that shook up the hip hop world. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. I like I said, I think we talked about it before. Like, I think that's why it's like so important that, I think our generation and generation before us, like hip hop has to do a better job with bridging that gap so that,
They
what I'm saying,
have to.
so
They
that
have to.
probably half the younger kids don't even know you know, who De La Soul is. You know what I'm saying? That they wouldn't know,
True.
they don't know anything past the Migos. You know what I'm saying? And And I love the Migos. That's
Yeah, yeah.
you know the
No, it ain't no diss.
you
You're
know what I'm
not
saying? But
dissing. I know
they
what you're
don't
saying.
know they don't know
Yeah,
music
yeah.
history is what I'm saying. They don't know music
Right,
history. So it's like
right.
even when we was younger, and people that was popular, I feel like I may not have known Curtis Blow, or I might have grew I mean I might have been too young from Run DMC, but I knew them,
Mm-hmm.
like, or you knew about Roxanne Shante, like I
Mm-hmm.
may not have knew like all her songs, but as a young child, but I remember her like because it wasn't like because the generation that was we grew up on, they would always pay homage to them, so
Always,
you know,
always. They
I
always show
even
them
if I
love.
didn't know it, you'd be like, "Oh, who is that?" Like, how? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
she got that from her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just it's different now.
It's different, and it's another just another legend, a legend from a legendary group has passed away, and
Yeah,
now I just love to see like the rappers on IG and the hip hop community just show them guys love, man. Even though unfortunately they're not here anymore, but I still like to see them show them love.
yeah,
So once again, rest in peace to Trugoy, man, the Dove.
yeah,
You
for
know.
sure.
So in the news, I saw the other day, Tise,
Mhm.
Adidas hurting. Adidas
Yeah,
is hurting, Tease. They hurting.
yeah. Well, so what you think about that, bro? Because I know, like,
So
I know that Kanye irritates you. So what
Kanye,
you
yeah,
think
he
about
does
that?
irritate me. He irritates me.
Yeah.
At the same time, business is business. Um, I saw the report. It says that Adidas is losing money, losing millions of dollars in
Almost
sales,
a billion. Yeah.
almost a billion because of the separation of him and Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
I read the article. I saw it. There are people who are disputing that and saying it's not true. There are people who saying that there's a lot of validity to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this: um, the people that don't look like me and you, they buy a lot of Yeezys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They buy a lot of Yeezys. Like those Yeezys is the most popular shoe in America.
Bro,
Besides the
but not I'm gonna be honest. Not just people that look like that don't look like us. A lot of people us buy them
Oh
shoes
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course. But
yeah,
that shoe itself,
yeah.
that brand, that Yeezy brand, that kept Adidas going.
Yes, yes. And
That kept Adidas going.
everybody tried to everybody because of their disdain for Kanye, everybody tried to be like, well, Adidas was hot. They hot around the world, and soccer is the number one sport around the world, and they still sell. They get a lot of sales from soccer, and they get a lot of sales from every other thing besides trying to give Kanye credit for keeping him afloat.
Hmm.
And that's just like you ain't gotta like Kanye, but as Jay Z said, the numbers they don't lie.
Mm-mm.
And you know, people were buying that, and the people that don't look like us, they were buying that based upon their obsession with black people and hip hop. But people were buying that for Kanye's name. Period. Them shoes not
True.
even cute. They're ugly.
Them shoes ugly as hell to me.
Probably some of the ugliest shoes I've ever seen, but people bought them because they're Yeezys.
I
And
know.
if you put the same design out there and don't call them Yeezy, nobody's gonna buy them.
Agreed. Them shoes
And I
ugly as
and that's
hell.
just because we live in a world, especially here in America, that's we are celebrity obsessed and
Hey man.
status obsessed. So that's you take Kanye name off of there, that shoe ain't nothing,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
That shoe
So
ugly. That shoe when I like my son got a pair. My son even got the Yeezy slides, and I'm be looking
yeah,
at them shoes. I'd be like, I don't know what the hell y'all see in these shoes.
yes, a bunch of people I know got them shoes, bro. It's crazy. It's like I don't even. Yeah, I don't. I don't. I just don't like ugly shoes. Like I can't buy a shoe just because it's Yeezys. Like I like Kanye as far as the music go, but I never wanted to buy his shoe because they were ugly.
Ugly,
They were
ugly.
just plain and simple ugly. Like it's no getting around. They were ugly. So yeah, I don't
But
know.
those Yeezys, they are responsible for a lot of Adidas sales, a lot of Adidas revenue. Soccer is the number one sport in the world, and I
Yeah,
know Adidas is known internationally for soccer, and I get that.
yeah.
But that Yeezy brand
It
was
was something
something else.
different. Yeah, it
It
was
was
something
totally
different.
different, man.
You
And
can't get around it. You don't have to
no,
like Kanye, but the truth of the matter is, he was right when it comes to that this particular thing. So,
yeah, he was right.
and and now he got leverage because
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
Adidas let the cancel culture send them off.
Mhm,
To be honest, you
mhm.
let the cancel culture send you off, and you really thought that the people above are delusional. They're not delusional because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Like, you're not delusional in the fact that hip hop sells everything,
Yes,
because you got hip hop selling insurance, you got hip hop selling McDonald's and Burger King, hip
yes,
hop selling Sprite. Everywhere you go, someone from some place in hip hop, whether it's old or new, is associated with a big brand. And so
yep, yep.
they not stupid. and
Facts.
and and like Kanye or not, he's one of the biggest, in that arena. So to
Mhm.
think that you was gonna get rid of his name and it wasn't gonna affect y'all was flat out dumb. You ain't gonna get nobody else to replace, you know. I mean, his celebrity is his celebrity. Like, to be honest, like Jay Z is people's favorite rapper, but around the world, Kanye is probably more popular than him.
Oh, people love Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he
Yeah,
around in the world atmosphere, probably, they got this Kanye love fest. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't that was on them. So they're gonna be trying to fight to get somebody else to replace them, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get someone that's gonna have that same level of celebrity and bring it in as Kanye.
No, I
Unless
don't.
they get like Justin Bieber. But here's the thing: Justin Bieber, he's gonna get the pop crowd, and they'd have to, but to really just sell out. But I don't really know anybody pop that really moves the culture like black
Kanye.
artists or like Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't
Hmm.
see it. So I don't know.
And then I read a report about Adidas. So, so they saying Adidas is struggling with since losing was separating ties with Kanye. Then
Hmm.
another report came out that Beyonce's Ivy Park brand
Yeah, I heard that.
it's not selling like they had initially projected it would.
Yeah,
And I was reading that article. They're talking about how the sales is down. It's been down. So I was reading people's comments. A lot of people were saying it could be because it's so expensive.
hmm,
But I'm like, my thing is like, okay, I don't know if that's the case because when it comes to if you're a fan or you like something, especially in the white delegation, they gonna buy it
yeah,
regardless. So
yeah.
I wonder why is the sales down? Maybe I was thinking maybe they don't like the look. Maybe they need to rebrand the look.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be that.
Well, people were saying that I was reading some of the articles too, bro. But people were saying that they didn't believe it because they were saying every time they go to the store or they go online, the stuff they want is sold out. So
Well, my wife said the same thing because every time she go on there and she would put it in the cart and like let's just say she set her phone down or she forget and she come back to it, it's the stuff is gone. It's
yeah,
sold out, like it's no longer there. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I thought her brand was selling because it was with Adidas. She marketed it a certain way. I remember she did a whole marketing campaign with the track suits, the shoes, everything.
mhm.
So that's why when I read the article, I was taken aback. Like, really? Like, I thought the Ivy Park brand was really moving out here.
I thought so too. But sometimes too, I think I hadn't really seen Beyonce promote it either though, like she was
No,
initially. You know
I
what I'm
haven't
saying?
either.
So that could be a reason too, where where they had these big campaigns. I haven't saw her do a big campaign in a while, but that could be it too. So I don't know.
Maybe that's. You know what? Maybe she do need to do a marketing a rebrand strategy.
or get
A
a or get a
strategy.
or get a new face for it. Like somebody outside.
Ah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
She may have to get like another younger person to be the face of, that brand, because she about to go
yeah.
on tour and all that stuff. So yeah, she probably have to rebrand it, you know what I'm saying? But it's Beyonce, so it's gonna always sell. But sometimes too, bro, they could have just over projected, you
True,
know. They could
true.
have over
They could
projected.
have.
And then,
They could
and
have.
then they gotta look at the prices too, because inflation is killing everybody. So I don't understand why they acting like, that's gonna hit everybody pocket. So if inflation is high, people not spending on other stuff as much because food high as hell. You know what I'm saying?
High as
So,
hell. High as
you know,
hell.
everything else costs more. So if everything else
Hmm.
costs you more, then something got to give as far as reallocating your money. So
Instead of buying some Ivy Park outfit,
yeah, you go buy some
got
eggs.
buy some eggs. Hey, Tise, eggs, Ivy Park.
Yes, yeah.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, that's where we at, bro. Where we at? We gonna buy some eggs, or we gonna buy some, some Yeezys or one of Beyonce $200 jumpers. I'm gonna have to buy some
Wait.
eggs.
Sidebar, real quick. Speaking of Beyonce, so I think I sent that video to you of that lady in church. She a
Yeah, I saw
preacher,
that.
and
Uh huh.
she told her congregation that if you bought tickets to go see Beyonce, you're not no real Christian. And she said you're going to see a witch. And she said Beyonce is the most popular person in the world, but yet she chooses to use her platform or her influence to preach the devil or something. She said, but I know she called her a witch like 3 times.
Yeah,
And I was watching that and literally, teased. I really couldn't even say nothing but just wow,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
really, like you do she really think that people when they go to these concerts like Beyonce concerts, they really think people just turn into some type of satanic being or whatever? Like it's just unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I mean, people do believe that, bro. I think that's like the extremists of Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there is, as a Christian, there is a standard that you uphold, right?
Hmm.
There is a separation of what God would want us to do, and then what some artists would do. I don't think Beyonce is a witch. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I think sometimes we put labels on these people
Hmm.
because to sensationalize and even in the Christian world to make a clickbait, right?
Hmm.
I think that they do that sometime. But sometimes, if you're trying to save souls and you're trying to bring people to Christ, like there's a way you have to do it. And when you're barking and I mean, you can call sin, you're seeing if it whatever that your belief is, but when you're saying stuff and you're not saying it in love, nobody gonna receive that. So you're kind
Mm,
of protective of
mm,
what you're doing if you're not introducing your message in love, which is that's all Jesus was about. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Then you gonna miss the point, and you gonna miss quote unquote saving souls because of your approach. You can disagree with what she's thinking about. You can disagree with some of that, with some of the imagery. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing and thinking that that's borderline demonic stuff, whatever. But I just feel like that's still your personal belief, and in the same breath that you want to call out people, the Bible said to pray for your enemies as well. So if you think she's an enemy, you think she's a witch, you think she's all that, you're supposed to be praying for her. Pray
Hmm.
for her soul if that's what you
Hmm.
believe, and not on
Hmm.
the internet saying all this stuff because you think you self-righteous. Like, that's no place for that. There's no place for that, to
It's
me.
not. It's not, and I agree. And I had commented on the little video. I was like, lady, if you couldn't afford to buy no Beyonce tickets, just say that.
But she
Just
got
say
the
that.
earring in her nose, and she has this makeup on. And if you want to be like verbatim for the Bible, in Bible days you couldn't do none of that stuff. And in Bible days you couldn't be up there preaching, ma'am.
True. That's
They
what I
were
said
called
too.
in Bible days. There was parts of there when they were telling people that women to be quiet in
Hmm.
church.
No
So
talking.
so you can't pick and choose what part of the Bible you want to talk about to put your message on because you feel like you're better than Beyonce. Well, you could be mistaken for a witch.
Yeah.
So that's why people got to read the Bible and know Jesus for themselves
And
because
not listen to clowns like this sometimes.
yeah,
Cause this is dangerous. But people like
it's
that to me,
dangerous.
I say they dangerous, bro. I do. I believe they dangerous.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous because again, I think it's give Christianity a bad name, and I think that
Hmm.
you know, um, I don't think they have good. I don't know. I don't know if their heart is truly in the sense that they're trying to bring people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To
Right.
to Christ. It don't come across that way. You know what I'm saying? So like I
Hmm.
said, when it comes to spirituality and your beliefs or what you think is holy and acceptable, I don't have no problem with that. Because that's your personal belief, and if you believe that that stuff is, not of God, then don't partake in it.
Don't partake in it at
Just don't
all.
partake in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we can't just don't partake in it and move on?
That's true. It's true because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with different religions, but I'm not gonna sit here and shoot you down because you decide to do something that I don't agree with. Because that's
Yeah,
it. If you look at the broader picture of things, that's what just life. Period.
yeah,
Which you like to do some things that I don't like to do, but that don't make me like, man, I don't like Leticia. She weird. She a witch. Because
right.
no, it's just,
Right. That's what I'm
you
saying.
know what
I
I
don't
mean.
think Beyonce is no witch. I don't think she's. I don't think she. It's that deep. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know her. I don't know what she do at home. She may be into witchcraft. I don't know. But you know what? If you're not into witchcraft and you think she is, don't partake in it.
Don't partake in it. There you go.
Partake in it. And if you concerned about her and her people that she's leading, pray for her soul. Then that's
Yep.
the right thing to do.
Yep.
That's the
Pray for her
Christian
soul.
thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You
Because
know.
that's what, right, exactly. The Christian thing to do is pray for another person's soul,
Yeah.
and not to sit there and be like, hey, she a
Don't
witch,
be
and if you go to her concert, you're gonna turn into one.
You
Like,
damn the hell. You don't have you're not
oh
God. You didn't create heaven
no,
or earth. You didn't create anything. So you can't send anybody to hell. So I don't like
no,
that kind of preaching because you don't have the ability to do that because what we know about Christianity and what it in how you get to heaven, ain't got nothing to do with, whether or not I go to Beyonce concert. So if I
exactly,
believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, that's how we getting there. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You can't damn me to hell because I went to Beyonce concert. You may not like it, might disagree with it, but you don't have
Disagree,
the
right?
ability to damn me to hell, ma'am. So
And that's what
I
how
don't
we
like
was taught.
that.
That's
Yeah,
how we was taught.
and
That's
that's
how
what I
we grew
believe.
up.
So
That's
you
what I
can't,
believe.
you
That's right.
can't, you don't have the ability to send me to hell. So
No.
when you create a earth and a universe, then come holler at me. But then, pray for her if you got a
Hey,
problem.
hey. Speaking of Jesus, did you see them Jesus commercials?
You know what? I saw some of them, bro. I didn't even pay attention to some of these commercials, bro. I've seen more of them today than I seen yesterday. So I
Oh man,
didn't.
it was
I saw some of them, but I didn't pay attention to a bunch of
they
them.
they made sure to pay for it so on Super Bowl day that people can see that. And I guess it's what's it called? HeGotUs.com or something like that.
I gotta look
Like
at. I gotta check
that's
that
the
out.
site. But them commercials was something else, Tise.
What was funny to it? What was
Well,
interesting to it?
the first commercial was just about people and they were showing different people. Then they were showing how like babies, like a black boy and a white baby boy, ran up and hugged each other. So at the end, it was like, see, Jesus doesn't care about what we look like. Jesus only cares about people. And then
Hmm.
at the end, the screen was like, HeGotUs.com. Jesus, like, man, it was. I've never ever seen a religious commercial like that
During the
ever
Super Bowl.
during the
Yeah,
Super Bowl prime time like that ever.
yeah.
Where
Well, they
where
spent
they
some
like,
money on that.
man, they did. Like I've never seen them push in
Mm-hmm.
prime time to like a religion like that, or I've never seen that before.
You know what? I'm gonna look at it because you know what usually happen for for them to be able to do that. Somebody got some real money, right?
Yes,
And what
yes.
usually happen for some religious stuff like that, bro, it's probably some organization with a whole bunch of money that's trying to push something. So you'll
Hmm.
go on there and they'll have this innocent commercial about this little black boy and white boy and Jesus being all unity. Then you go on there and they have some, white privilege rhetoric on there, white religious stuff on there. So I'm gonna check it out.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's what it has, but I'm just saying a lot of times when you see certain commercials and you go on there and it be far right stuff, you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
to diminish um learning truth about religion, right? So
Hmm.
I'm gonna check it out and see just because a lot of times it's probably an organization behind it. They got some of the message they're trying to push, and if they ain't
It was,
pushing what
yeah,
they what they say, no. When we talk next week, I'm gonna bring it back up.
yeah, because this was because I didn't go on the website, but they make sure they put the website up so you can check it
I'm
out.
gonna
But
check it out.
I was
I'm gonna
taken
check it
aback,
out.
like wow, like I've never seen this push like this
Yeah, I'm gonna
ever.
check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
But you're right, it might be
Yeah,
leading to something else. It might be something else on there, man. You never know.
I'm gonna check it out, bro. Yeah, because that's interesting. I did see him, but I didn't go to the websites. But yeah, now you
Hmm.
make me wanna. I'm gonna check it out. He got us.com. I'm gonna check it out. Soon as we
Yeah.
done.
So the last thing about the Super Bowl, what do you think about Riri and her performance? Rihanna, Miss Rihanna.
So you know what? To be honest, Rihanna performed how I thought she would. Rihanna has
Yes.
never been a colorful, energetic, high energy performer. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
She do her little wine when she wasn't pregnant. She do her little dirty wine. You know what I'm saying? Her little her little Caribbean moves or whatnot.
She always
Uh,
did that. Yep.
yeah, but she's a mama now. She's older, and and she was pregnant. So I think considering all of that, I think she did well. But I would say it was underwhelming.
Hmm.
Um, in the sense that only because like she probably would have moved a little bit more if she wasn't pregnant. But when we found out she was pregnant, it's like, oh, okay, that's why she wasn't doing all that stuff.
Of
So
course. Of course.
considering that, I think she did well for her to not be on the stage in years. She hasn't performed. She said in what? It's been like 5 years, or something, right?
7 years.
7 years. Yeah. So for her
7 years. Yep.
for this to be her comeback, I thought she did well. And people was like acting like Rihanna don't have hits. I'm like, uh, might not love Rihanna, but Rihanna got hits. She got mad hits. She got hits for like she's a pop singer, so she got hits for both sides. She got
Yep.
pop hits, and she got hip hop hits. She got cross culture hits. So I'm like,
Yep.
never thought she didn't have no hits. Y'all don't listen to music because Rihanna and she left a lot on the table too. So
She did. Well, they only get 8 minutes to perform.
right. So
So
considering
you
that,
can't, yeah, you can't perform your entire catalog.
yeah, she got some of her biggest ones, and
Hmm.
even as big as those were, bro, she still had a bunch that she could have sang. So I thought she did well. What you think?
So here's my thing, man. I sometimes, social media makes me hate niggas,
You guys,
because
you guys.
because they get on there and just with this fake outrage. Like if you really miss Rihanna, you just miss seeing her, and because
Hmm.
it's been so long, then just say that, because clearly, if you seen Rihanna in the past when she performed, she don't perform like a choreography like a Beyonce or a Janet
Right, she
Jackson.
don't do
She
that.
don't do that. She
Yeah,
doesn't do that,
she's never
and
done that.
she's not going to do that now with her being pregnant. She's
Yeah,
not going to be flipping on the stage. She's not going to be doing all that. So people just was some of the shit people were saying. This is
it's idiotic.
boring. I want to see her move. I want to see her. Beyonce did it. I want to say to myself, these are you the same people who can't even fucking do a push up, and you
And you
talk
walk up
about,
the stairs with the elevator broke. So stop
yeah,
it.
you talking about, you like, come on, like,
Yeah.
give me a break,
And
like.
she still
Her,
did for somebody that's pregnant, and clearly she's months pregnant. She probably like at least probably 5, 6 months pregnant. we know, like
She got a nice
big
bump.
pregnant. What you want her to do?
Yeah, she got a nice bump. Like that club still smoking because it was just shot up. Like she's got a nice bump, a real nice
Yeah,
bump.
yeah.
They just need to. It was stupid last night. Some of the stuff I was seeing, man.
Yeah. People was I'm like, it's the, that's the thing, bro. People they see social media and everybody think that their voice and their opinion is like, bigger and and means more than it really does. And it's just like you can't even you ain't even exercising Lord knows how long, but you got to you talking about what Rihanna is doing, like knock
Talking
it
about
off.
a pregnant woman. Talking
A
about
pregnant woman who still performed, was still
yeah,
standing up on, which was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? She was still
yeah.
standing up on these things, lifting her. I'm like, man, leave her alone. I thought
Talking about I want to
I
see
enjoyed
more.
it. Well, if she decides to go on tour when she's done being pregnant, then you go on tour.
Yeah, then you can go in there and watch her. But right now, she gave us her hits. I thought she did fine to me. Like, you
She
know,
did
I
to me too, bro.
like I was kidding with my guys in the group chat. The only thing I was disappointed in is that she ain't show enough skin. That was it. Other than
Well,
that,
that's because she a mama now.
right.
I told y'all, I was like, she a mama now. She ain't gonna be on there naked like she used to. She gonna be, you know, she gonna be a little more reserved. But then we didn't know she was pregnant either. So
Nobody knew that, right?
that made a
Nobody knew it.
difference. That made a
But
difference.
what's funny is she teased she when she was doing her they always do a press conference
Mhm.
with the artist the day before the Super Bowl, and she said, "Yeah, I'm bringing a guest with me."
Yeah,
So everybody thought that somebody's gonna come out and perform, but I guess the
yeah,
guest she was talking about was her baby bump.
yep. And I think too, I think the thing is though, bro, so many of her hits that she has are with people that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right, like, she don't really get along with Drake no more. Cause that would have been a good person for her
Oh,
to
that'd
cut
have
the
been
hair.
real good. That'd been real good.
Her and Chris Brown got some songs together. She
Yeah.
couldn't, that wasn't gonna be good with her new relationship.
True that. True that.
Jay-Z was there. She could have brought him out on Umbrella. He did the remix, I think, didn't he? On
Mm-hmm.
Umbrella.
Yeah, we did the
So
remix of Umbrella. Yep.
yeah, she probably could have brought him out, but Jay don't be like he don't be he can't be one to perform all the time. He just did the Grammy, so you
No, he just did a great right.
can't overwhelm Jay.
No, yeah, that was enough for him. That was enough.
Yeah, yeah, he already performed his he did his duty for what he gonna do for the year. So, then she hit all of the lights with Kanye, but
Hmm.
Kanye, they weren't gonna have him on there.
Man, you can't
So
trust him. You can't trust Kanye on a platform like that yesterday, because
yeah,
he'll fuck
you never
around,
know.
stop the music, and then go on a rant about why he hate America
Yes,
and why
yes,
black people need to buy his shoes, and
yes,
forget that this is the Super Bowl.
yeah, yeah.
You
You're
gotta
one
get
hundred
it. You
percent
can't
right.
have him on there.
Yeah.
You cannot have him on live TV.
No, you have to definitely pre-record Kanye.
You have to, because he gonna wild out, man.
He's a
He gonna
wild
wild
card.
out.
He's a wild card for sure.
Hey, the Super Bowl performance was cool. The actual Super Bowl game though. I thought it was an entertaining game. Like
I
I
thought it
was
was good.
very,
It was one of the better ones, bro. Honestly,
yes, it was.
that we've seen in a while. I thought,
That
but
was a good
it lived
game.
up to the hype. I felt like because we said that it was going to be, it was going to be a good game. It was going to be a high scoring game, and it didn't disappoint.
Not at all. Not
And
at
your pick
all.
won
And
and not mine, but whatever.
I just felt like the only reason I picked him because I just was like, man, I don't want to pick against Mahomes, Andy Reid coming beat this is Philly. He get a chance to beat them. I just didn't want. I really felt like the Chiefs was gonna win a close game, and they did. Jalen Hurts played phenomenal,
He
except for that
did.
one turnover.
It was a big turnover.
Big
Yeah,
turnover. But he played phenomenal all night last
he did.
night,
He did. He did.
and he
Yeah.
a brother.
Yes. Yes. Well, Patrick Mahomes is a brother too. Don't
But
don't run him down because he get his hair cut at
sports
at,
clips.
yeah, at sports clips and supercuts. He
Pat
he do it.
Mahomes, Pat Mahomes ain't never stepped foot in no black barbershop.
He need to. He need to go where Travis Kelsey go.
Oh, here you go with this dude.
Here's the thing. I was talking to one of our friends, and we was talking. Me and her was talking. It was like, she was laughing at me, about my obsession with Travis Kelsey, and
It's
she was like,
disgusting.
she was like, you don't like him like you she was like, he not the finest person that you white boy that you like. I'm like, I think he is. She said, so you think he so now all of a sudden he found it in Thor. I'm like, you know what? He not. You
Thor.
absolutely right. Yeah, he's absolutely. I forgot
You
about
like dude like that?
Thor is so fine.
Oh my
I
god.
told you I had a couple vanilla crushes.
Oh my god.
Thor,
I thought it was Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum, he was cool for the 2000s. He fell off. Now you got
He fell
Thor, you
off.
got what's his name? Chris Hemmingsway or something like that, and Chris Evans, Captain America. He's super fine.
Oh
And now
my
we got
god.
Travis Kelsey.
Hey
So
y'all. Hey, listeners. This is breaking news. This is Tise, white fantasies guys that she loves. Okay, she got a list, y'all. She got a list that
I
we never knew
do
about.
believe it. I do. Those are yeah, those are some nice looking. Those are some nice looking, white men. They are. I can't. You got to give it to them.
We y'all. Hey, I didn't even know this, y'all. I didn't know her list was like this thought out.
I feel like I'm
You know what
missing
I
a few
mean?
people, but yeah,
You
I thought
probably is. You probably is.
yeah. But anyway, back to Super Bowl. I thought it was a good
Mm-hmm.
game, and
It was a good game.
I
Real
think
good
it,
game.
it was it was because I actually watched it because the last I think the last few Super Bowls I just watched halftime and you know I'll be done. But I think we had a good
It
it
was. It was
was a
good.
really good game. It really was. It was good to
Especially
see
the
the
second half.
yeah 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 and they I wanted to try to see if Jalen could score again, but the KC did what they needed to do to win the game. They wasn't gonna let him. They wasn't gonna go. They could have easily got a touchdown, but it
Yeah, they
made
could
more
have. Yep.
sense to
Yep.
be like, you know what? Now run this clock out and get a field goal. So
But
that was just smart. That was just smart football. So
they actually what I enjoyed about the game is that both teams
play hard. They did though.
both,
Both teams play
they
hard.
did. Yeah, they did. Both teams did play hard, but both teams basically stuck to their script how they've been playing all year.
Yeah,
What you saw last night, that's how Philly played all year.
yeah.
What you saw in Kansas City, that's how Kansas City played all year with Pat Mahomes making plays when they just throwing the ball all over the field. And it was just a game. We got a great game with two great quarterbacks,
We did. We definitely did.
and that's the bottom line. And I'm glad the NFL that's what they gave us. And somebody had to lose, somebody had to win. That's just what it was. But
Yeah,
38
two
to
great teams.
38-35 was entertaining,
Yeah. I
very
totally agree.
entertaining.
It was a good game. Did you win any money, bro?
I didn't win any money. I was one play away from winning one of my parlays, but that's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I was upset
I ain't
about
win
that,
nothing. I
but
was like in three pools. I ain't win nothing. So yeah,
nothing happened, huh?
none shaking. So now I gotta do something strange for a little change.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God. Hey y'all, y'all
I'm
heard that?
joking.
Y'all heard that? She
I'm
take
joking.
Cash App or Zelle.
Facts, big facts.
Oh
That
my
is no
God.
lie there.
Hey, what you think about that article that came out last week about Brett Favre suing Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp?
Man, Brett Favre needs to sit his what Leon he had that goofy of the day.
Goofy Mog of the day.
Man, he is a goofy mod. I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? That is the definition of white privilege. Like
Yes.
to even have the balls to even do that, bro. I was just like, dude, like you're if unless they made up the evidence, like this is they got you. You got it's proof.
Yep.
It's proof. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but what he did was from what some of the political people were saying that he basically by doing that he opened himself up more to be investigated. And
Yeah, he
so
did. Yep.
who they were saying that whoever his legal team is that they gave him bad advice because now he's going to be open to more litigation, questioning, and more looking into stuff that has already been put out there. So he's trying to save face, but I'm sorry, but I know like a lot of our grandparents came from Mississippi, and I can't say nothing good come from Mississippi because my grandparents came from there, right, on both
Mm-hmm.
sides. And
Mm-hmm.
um so Mississippi and Tennessee, and I just Mississippi is just a trash state. It's just like
Trash. Trash.
to
Say
this
it.
day, to this day, to this
To
day,
this day.
to
Trash.
this day, it's super trash. It's just like, they just, I don't know, they have such a hate for black people. And I just wish black people would leave the state. If y'all hate us so much, leave. And y'all can have this raggedy, snake filled, contaminated water state. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get the hate they
I
have,
really, I
and I
really,
feel
I
like
really
Brett
hope,
Favre is he's a product of that.
I really hope when it all comes out that they find Brett Favre and they find some more stuff on him, what he did, because dude is a clown.
Yeah,
He's a clown, man. He's a
yeah.
clown, and the fact that he's gonna try to sue Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp
Hmm.
because they're not afraid to call him to the carpet on the stuff he did.
They ain't the only
And
ones though. So,
they're not the only ones, but you're gonna go after them because these two are vocal. They've been vocal about it,
hmm
and Pat McAfee it definitely doesn't let people forget about on his show.
hmm
He brings it up, and he a white man,
yeah,
so he brings it up because he said that it was the probably one of the worst things a guy of his stature could ever do to people.
yeah. And he said too that his legal team laughed at it. He said that he knew about him. He said they basically tried to strong arm him for like a month.
Really.
Yeah, he said I listened to his interview the next day, and he said
Hmm.
that Brett Favre's lawyers was sending him like letters and saying take down all your YouTube videos or delete the parts where you talking about him, and they were sending him like notices saying like to take
Cease and
back,
desist.
yeah, redo your to change your statements and all that stuff, and or you're gonna be faced with legal action. And so he said that they were trying to strong on him, and he was like, his legal team said you don't have to do that because he was saying in all of his videos anyway, he kept saying allegedly anyway. So
Yeah. So that's right.
that
Right.
key word I saying allegedly,
Hmm.
removes anything wrongdoing from him anyway. So he said he's not concerned because he know that he said allegedly with all his hot takes. But he said, but also too, he said if his team, if Brett Favre team would have came at him differently, it would have been like, it's not true. He said he would tell them come on the show and talk about it. He said, but they did this all wrong. So basically, he was like
Yep. Middle
middle
finger
finger
to the
to him.
world.
Yeah. So
Hey,
he's like he
I'm
laughing
riding
at
with
him.
Pat McAfee. I'm riding with Pat McAfee on that. I agree
Yeah,
with him.
he laughing at him.
Fuck,
I'm like Brett Favre is a goofy man.
fuck Brett
I know
Favre,
people didn't
man.
like him for a long time, bro, and I really didn't know why. I he
Hmm.
I've heard bad stuff about him for a long time. I didn't really know why because I didn't follow him
He a
like that.
clown.
But
He a
he's
clown, man.
I see now post, these last few years, he's a joke.
Yeah, he a joke.
He's a joke.
But
He's
I
he
can't wait till
he a
this trial
closet
starts.
racist. To me, he's just racist.
I do believe he a closet racist.
I don't think he in the closet. I think he's flat out racist, but it's just people like him. They remind me of the series on HBO, The Watchmen, with
Oh
Regina King.
yeah, great
They
series.
have
Great
so many
series.
people like they just like closet racist, but
Great series. I love
yeah,
that series.
crazy, crazy,
And,
crazy, crazy.
and you put me on that. Yeah, you put me on that.
And I want to
So
watch it again because it was so good. I
sure
watched
was.
the other day. I watched I know we're finna close out, but I watched one of my favorite movies on Netflix is The Harder They Fall.
I
Um,
haven't watched that yet.
yeah, that was one. It's that black western. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but and my guy, Jonathan Majors in there.
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba in there. Regina. It's a loaded Dion Cole, Regina King.
I
It's
gotta watch that.
heavy hitters in the Delroy Lindo. It's one of my favorite movies on Netflix because I like to see the other side of those westerns where they just want to show like black people in a servant role, but these was badass up in here. So
Yeah, they was kicking
yeah,
ass.
I love that. So I think Regina King, she a low key she a low key rebel because
For real.
she produced, I think she directed The Watchmen. That was her show.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Harder They
Yep.
Fall. And she was the voice of the Moondocks.
Which was
So
hilarious as
which is
hell.
hilarious and very, quote unquote radical. So yeah,
Yeah,
she
it
she
was. It was controversial.
she a little Millicent.
Yeah, she was a little militant with her
She a little Millicent.
at least seasoned fine self. But
She
anyway,
is. She still look
um,
good. She does.
she does. She does. Shout out to shout out to it was one of the most beautiful women in the world. It was her birthday last week. Miss Rowland Kelly. Make sure
Oh
you
God.
respect Kelly Rowland. Shout
Kelly
out to her.
Rowland. Her birthday is the same day as Brandy's, I believe.
Oh, it was Brandy's birthday too.
Yeah, I believe they had the same birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, I think her
two
and
of my
Brandy are
favorites.
friends. And I think it was Brandy. I know Brandy's birthday was last week too. And I think both of
Two
their
of my
birthday is
favorites.
on the same day that Whitney Houston died.
Really?
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
all I know is Kelly blessed us on Instagram with some birthday pictures,
Oh
and
gosh.
I just want to say this. You know, there is a God. Um,
There
God is
is God
good,
somewhere.
and God is good all the time.
All the
Mm-mm-mm.
time, God is good.
Yeah, just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Just
Oh
gonna leave it
gosh.
just like that.
Whatever, bro. Well, next week, y'all, we'll be back in the studio. So we'll be back next week. It's Black History Month. I just want to say before we close out, if you ain't watching nothing or if you haven't looked at anything on Black History, it's a lot of Black History stuff out there. Documentaries, movies we ain't seen in a long time. Check out Hulu. The good
Yes.
thing is most of them now they do have a section that'd be like Black Stories or Black History. So
Hmm.
Hulu
Hmm.
got a set. HBO Max, WTTW, PBS. They always running stuff every day. Um, who else? Showtime, I think as well.
Showtime.
So
Yep.
all of them got like
Prime.
Prime. Yes. So
Yep.
check out some. I'm a post tomorrow. I got a list of some shows that I like that y'all can check out. One of them for sure, 1619 Project. We'll talk about that a little bit
Yep.
more next week, but that series is on Hulu. So
On
y'all
Hulu.
y'all go ahead and check that out.
Check that out, people. And
Yep.
remember, some of that podcast. Make sure you subscribe
Yes.
to Apple,
Yes.
Spotify, YouTube.
Yes.
Leave us a comment. Make sure you like our IG page. Leave us the comments. We're gonna be dropping more clips every time we drop an episode. Tise, you got any shout outs? Anything?
No, thank you, TJ, for joining us today.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
we'll
TJ.
definitely be bringing you back on for some more NBA talk. I will be in the background listening again. Do not that is not my lane. So but
Oh man.
we appreciate you for sure for joining us today. And yeah, I hope everybody have a good week and a
And
good
before
love
we
day
go,
tomorrow.
and before we go, I gotta say this to the people before we go, ladies. If your man got to work tomorrow, make sure you ask for that work schedule.
Let's show up to his job with lunch. How about that?
If you
Mm-hmm.
smart ladies, on tomorrow, don't do that at all.
Yeah.
Just if you got to work tomorrow, ask for that work schedule. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why? Don't ask for the work schedule. Just go to the work. Bring him some lunch. How about that?
Because if you go to his job,
And he ain't there. It's
no,
gonna be some smoke in the city.
and he and he there working, and you mess up his if you mess up his job and he get in trouble, and he gets suspended and he can't work no more, that's gonna be your fault because he's gonna
No,
be
it's
mad
not.
at you for showing up.
You're not gonna go up there acting fool. You're gonna go up there and bring him some lunch.
Yeah, lunch. You ain't gonna bring no lunch.
Yeah, you might want to. You might want to give him some. Some other
Some
stuff.
what?
Some
Some what?
some special loving.
Hey, you crazy. You know what? I'm gonna get up out of here. Tell us something. All right, okay. You tell us something out of here, boy.
Hey, y'all. We'll see
Oh
y'all next
God.
week.
See y'all next week, man.
Hey.
Peace.